I do think I know which one I'd be good at though. I think it would be toe wrestling. And I put my feet out of the frame for this answer. I got some toes on me. Yeah. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Don't worry, they'll be back in the frame at some point. Or they might have been already. Just rewind. Yeah.
Oh, they're probably dry and gross.
There's 91
sandals.
There's 91 episodes. Your toes are in here somewhere. there used to be episodes where your toes were just out in the open.
Yeah.
So
Let the
dogs out.
Yeah.
We can't just have all giants. What kind of small guys are like, he's got to get him. He's got to get him.
We got to pack it up.
Because if we don't get it, somebody else is going to get it.
And drink straight out the bottle.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Who Effing Knows podcast presented by Brew Bros. We are part of the No Network. I'm Patty V. This is Dave Rainey. This is Aaron Pooley. We've butchered 3 openings because I am crazy. And now we're here. Welcome. How we doing?
Great. I thought Aaron was going to just like fill in the gap because I was very clearly taking a sip.
Fantastic.
How was your 4th?
You know, it was great. It was so good. I lit plenty of fireworks.
Did you know fireworks are expensive?
Goodness gracious. So, listen, guys, I have an admission here. All right. I don't know if this is the episode that's going to come out or the part of the episode that's going to come out. We've started this thing 3 times, and I hated every time we started, and now we've started again. So now we're just being silly to kick this thing off, and we're going to get into it. But seriously, let's fucking go. I don't know. My 4th sucked. I didn't do anything. Normally I swim in a pool. It didn't happen. Dave was here.
It's kind of insulting that he's telling me his 4th sucked. I didn't know if it was a bit or if he like I was like, I don't know what to say here.
Dave, what did you do for your 4th? Oh, hang out with Patty.
Probably would have been funny if I'd have just said that.
No, it's fine. We do normally go to like a swimming pool and, just watch fireworks and stuff. We didn't do any of that, though. We just hung out. I mentioned in the prior recording that we didn't put out yet, or we won't put out, that I did go to the lake and there was a dude with a banjo. And that was kind of cool. And it was weird because we get out of the car and it was like literally like playing Yankee Doodle. And I was like, hello, America.
I was just going to say I had some really good steaks and stuff that he cooked, but apparently he hated me being there.
It was the worst.
Yeah, just the worst. No, we did have shitty weather though. That kind of bummed out the day.
The backyard was gross. The kids were swimming in swamp water. It was,
I mean, the kids enjoyed it.
Yeah, they did. That's true.
So, yeah, that was my 4th. I hung out with you. I kind of like summing up the topics like that. I want to know what you're gonna say. What are your topics for the night?
Yeah, so I was telling these guys I want to start teasing what we're going to talk about. We all came to the table tonight with a bunch of different topics. That doesn't mean we're going to get to all of them, but hey, maybe if we say them, you got to stick along for the ride and see if we actually talk about them. I think mine were Antonio Brown, Myspace, Saints wide receivers. There was something else on the list too. Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I didn't say that earlier. That's what I'm saying now.
Yeah, I said that I had the keys to making a certain popular activity good. I want to put somebody in the dunk contest and a potential new segment that I titled Bop or Not.
Ooh. That segment's going to be a bop. Just calling it now.
My couple topics. One was I saw a video of a very unique sport, and it made me think, what other weird sports would we maybe could be good at? And then another video that I saw that kind of made me start thinking about the future and technology and would we go for it or would we not, or does it freak us out?
Without hearing what it is, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. When it comes to new technology, the answer for me is usually yes.
More than likely. So with those topics being thrown out there, which one sounds the most enticing? Which one should we kick off?
We need to get a wheel where we just say all our topics and then we don't choose. We just let the wheel. We let fate decide.
You, man in the back of the room, which topic sounds most enticing? What's funny is the people at home have no idea if there's someone in the back of the room.
No pressure.
Video.
Random sport video.
Random sport.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I stumbled upon this video, and apparently there is a professional pillow fighting league.
Okay.
And it was 2 grown men holding pillows in a boxing ring and just smacking the crap out of each other with pillows. So it really made me wonder. We talked about a few weeks ago the Olympic sport and which ones we would kind of be good at, but I wrote some weird topics that I kind of found, and just maybe I'll throw some out and you just tell me which one you maybe be good at, or if it's not on the list, maybe one that you would be good at. So,
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
When you say there's two people in a ring pillow fighting, the first question that came to mind was, do you think you could draw blood with a pillow? Just the pillow. Like, hit somebody hard enough with a pillow.
Hit him with a corner, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. You hit
Laceration of the eye? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's the first thing that came to mind is, can a pillow draw blood?
Well, the knockout
Pretty
was
sick,
a
Chubbs.
slow-mo hit of just someone getting smacked in the face, and they didn't hardly stumble.
Are you allowed to do the thing where you like stuff it and, you know what I mean? Like make a...
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's no
the pillow gets pretty hard
Full
at that
Metal
point.
Jacket bar of soap in them.
You could
know,
certainly
I think
knock
you could.
somebody out with a pillow.
All right.
So these are some of the weird ones that I had. So I had...
It's like a race.
Well, speaking of race, that was the first one. Race walking, which we kind of talked about, which is exactly what it says is just speed walking on a track. The cheese hill race, where they throw the roll of cheese down the hill, and the first one to grab it wins.
What? Like you have to chase after it?
Yes, it's a full roll of cheese, and they roll it down the hill, and you get hundreds of drunk men and women trying to get this little block of cheese before it hits the bottom of the hill. Slap boxing, which obviously has kind of came around.
Yeah.
Toe wrestling, which is exactly what you think it is. Instead of arm wrestling, you're toe wrestling.
Interesting.
This one was kind of new. Microsoft Excel eSport. So they give you formulas and you try to solve them in Microsoft Excel.
Why?
I thought Microsoft Excel solved them for you.
Well, you got to plug in formula. This is my day.
This is an
day,
eSport
okay?
of Microsoft Excel.
It's not fun. I would not do that.
eSport of Microsoft Excel.
Interesting.
And then the last one I just had was competitive eating.
Ugh.
I don't think I want to try competitive eating.
Never intrigued me.
I always just assume like it just ruins food for you. Like if I got to sit down with any competitive eater, my first question would be like, can you just enjoy food? Because I can't imagine they get to have like a steak dinner and it's just like appealing to them.
Have you ever done, and I'm going way off topic, we're going to get back to these answers. Have you ever done any of the challenges at any of the restaurants where it's like, eat this whole pizza or whatever?
You ever heard of cheeseburger?
No.
There was a place
Sounds like you have an impediment when you say that, I'll be honest with you.
there was a place in Alabama called Cheeseburger. It was just a cheeseburger place. And their challenge was the 1 pound hamburger.
Okay.
And
That's it?
yeah, it was only a pound. But you had to eat the burger, the fries, and a shake that came with it.
Was there a time frame? Like 10
I don't
minutes?
I don't remember if there was a time frame.
I feel like that. Gotta have a time.
Whatever it was, if you finished it all, you got your picture on the wall.
Yeah.
I did that.
Is
But
there-
at 1 pound, but like I was young. I think I was like in my teen, maybe not young, 17, 18 maybe when I did it,
yeah.
which is still young. But like now I'm like a 1 pound hamburger. That's
I could
nothing.
do that in my sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like it's anything.
Come to daddy.
Gun in your head, you have to choose one food to enter, one competition to enter for food. What would it be?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Pizza.
Food
Pizza
eating
feels
competition?
easy. I don't know what I don't want to do any of them.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Oh,
Maybe ice cream?
makes me want to
No, too much milk, and it's cold. That's a whole nother problem. If you're trying to just throw down something cold, that's a brain freeze waiting to happen.
Yeah, how do you do that? You just shoveling it in.
Yeah, there's no way.
People in the crowd chanting, tongue to a roof, tongue to, just, I don't know.
Instead of like the hot dog and you got the water, it's just like lukewarm water to help the brain freezes.
Pizza's my answer.
Instant
there.
replay. And he's just like,
did,
it's just
you remember when
instant brain
Izzo's had the illegal burrito challenge?
And there've been Izzos.
Okay. Well, they
do like
have one in
Izzo's.
Metairie, and I did it once when I was like 21, and it was when I was big. And in my head, I was like, I could eat. I could
Fat
put
Joe.
down some food. Yeah. And like this little dude that was with me, like put it down in like 10 minutes. And I ate like half of mine. And I was like, oh my, I can't do this. And he's like, you done? You want me to eat the rest? And I was like, he like blew my mind. Ever since, never doing that again. I will never try.
Remember
Ever.
when we
Surprised you can eat a burrito.
Ugh, I don't eat burritos actually.
Yeah.
Unless I'm drunk.
Ruined it.
Remember when we went to Vegas this last time? That dude did the challenge at the pizza place. It was like the spiciest
yeah.
pepper in the world, basically
Oh, yeah,
on a
no.
pizza.
Spicy
do
ones,
that
like,
either.
I feel like I couldn't do the spicy ones. Like, try the hottest 10 of the hottest wings. Buffalo Wild Wings kind of has something like that with the atomic or whatever it is.
It's like, hey, how much pain do you want to be in?
Yeah.
What was funny was this guy had to just like eat like a certain amount of, I don't even know if it was a whole pizza, but he had to eat however much. And then he had either they gave him another one or he had some left over. And he's just like, yeah, telling everybody they can have it. And everybody's like, no, we don't want this.
We don't want, this isn't a normal pizza.
Yeah.
We're getting a slice of.
Like, can you just give me a slice of pepperoni?
You don't understand how unnatural this is. This is not something everyone wants.
All for a t-shirt. That's usually what most of these prizes are, either a t-shirt or a picture on the wall.
I always wanted to do like one of the ones where you get like a group of people and it's like a giant pizza and it's like you got 2 minutes or an hour or whatever to eat
You
this
and
entire
5 of your
Yeah.
homies.
Yeah.
That way I'm not alone. Somebody can pick up the slack. We go in shifts. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to do it alone. I don't want to be responsible for eating an entire pizza.
Jeez, it just sounds awful.
Anyway, going back to your question.
Yeah, which I don't know. I don't know which one. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think I could do the cheese one because I don't think I could. I think I would fall flat on my face running down the hill.
Yeah.
I guess I'd go speed walking, but I don't.
I feel like there's a hip swiggle in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Get your Dak Prescott on.
there you go.
Yeah, I need to find out what the rules are because it would be so hard at the very end if someone's like this far ahead of me, not just be like take a couple steps
Like
and just
skip.
jog a little bit. Yeah.
It's actually funny you mentioned that because at work at night we only get like a certain amount of channels because it's just satellite or whatever. And some random show was on, like some sitcom, and they were doing a speed walking race. And the rule was you had to have at least 1 foot on the ground at all times. So that's probably the rule if I had to guess. Because if you run, at least your feet come off the ground. So you can't do what you're saying. You'd be disqualified. But it's in the hips for sure.
It's all in the hips.
Is there a height requirement? Like obviously if you're a little bit taller and they got some shorter people, you may get some longer legs in there.
I don't know. You're asking questions I can't answer. I'll be honest with you.
I thought
I do think I know which one I'd be good at though. I think it would be toe wrestling. And I put my feet out of the frame for this answer. I got some toes on me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't worry, they'll be back in the frame at some point. Or they might have been already. Just rewind.
Oh, they're probably dry and gross.
There's
I'm wearing
91
sandals.
There's 91 episodes. Your toes are in here somewhere. there used to be episodes where your toes were just out in the open. So,
That's
let
true.
the dogs out.
yeah, I don't know if I don't think I could do toe wrestling. I don't think it's really more of a process of elimination thing here. I think by that process, I'm just gonna say the speed walking. Okay. Definitely not competitive eating.
Definitely not slap boxing either.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Basically real boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
Is the pillow fight an option? Because I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
You think
feel
you'd
like
be good at it?
it's got to go to a decision.
Feels like similar approach to slap boxing. Like you're bobbing and weaving,
Yeah, but I feel like at least through my life, I've had more experience with pillow fights. Like, I mean, it's been a long time. Don't get me wrong. Probably a solid at least 15, 20 years that I've done a pillow fight. But
Let's be honest. Pillows don't feel nice after a while.
No.
Especially when they're, like you mentioned, shoved down and like balled up.
yeah.
You technically got speed walking practice. You ever been by a pool and they tell you to stop running?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, how about this? Just get a little speed walk in and around. You're like, I'm not running. I'm just speed walking, baby.
Just speed walking,
I'm
baby.
just speed walking.
Are there any other like just random sports you think?
Yeah,
you
it
could
doesn't have to
good
be
at?
on this list. If it's something that you think I saw this one time, I think I could really, really good at it.
I used to say cornhole, and apparently not. So I don't know.
I always thought that too. I see other
I got old.
competitions, and it's like I could maybe do that.
Yeah.
You see a cornhole competition, then you see this like little 8-year-old get up there in like the pro league, and he's just draining everything. I'm like, nope, can't do that.
Not for me.
It is. You think you're good at everything until you see the pro version of it, and you're like, you know what? We're gonna sit this one out.
All right, little Timmy.
Yeah.
You just made an enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's got the next one?
Oh, we can keep going. I mean, you want to just go? You go next. We'll go in a circle. We'll go around in
Okay. Do you want me to
circles.
give you my 3 and you choose, or you just want me to pick one?
Just pick one.
Okay. We'll do this.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I want to put Simone Biles in the dunk contest.
Oh,
Did you know what? Did you know why? Did you see what she did?
I saw everything she did. She got a vertical out this world too. So
She jumped 12 feet off of the mat.
yeah,
I want her in the dunk contest.
talk about
Listen, if we have to put the mat down or whatever to let her get to that point, because there are aren't there springs in there a little bit?
that little, like a tiny bit. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think she can dunk?
Maybe. And she's like what, like 5 feet tall?
Yeah. Now,
If
does she have to get her? Does she? I don't know
run
that
and
she could
start?
just run and jump.
I'm gonna be
does
honest
she have
with
to
you.
do her backflip thing? Because that would be even cooler.
I need somewhere to set this drink. Hold on. I'm trying to figure life out right now. I'm so excited.
He's fired up.
All you have to do, she don't even have to like dribble or anything. If you put this little 5-foot girl out on this court and let her sprint full speed and she just throws one down, she wins. Hands down. You go home, Trey Murphy. Congrats.
I would allow her to have the little platform because if she can do the dunk because I imagine the amount of precision it takes to land like she does, it would be very easy for her, I imagine, to just turn that into a dunk.
Yeah.
Because, she probably fully controls everything she does. And she's not just doing random shit, right? So if she had to turn at a certain point to dunk a ball, I feel like she could. She's probably, because she's so small, she could potentially put herself through the rim.
Oh,
And at that point, you automatically win.
maybe.
Yeah, you can give her like the halftime show. They got the people that they have the little trampoline and they bounce and they throw it off the backboard and the next person comes.
That feels unfair. If you give her a full trampoline, that
different.
feels
She
unfair.
might go into the stands.
Yeah.
Should I go over this?
I'm drawing the line at the little springy mat. That's it. That's all she gets. Because I'm not convinced she can't just dunk, period.
Yeah, like what's her vertical? I'm sure we got to Google this.
It's gotta be crazy. Because I've only been on those mats a little bit. I've never tried to jump, so I don't know how springy they are.
They're not super springy.
But yeah, it doesn't
It's
feel
not a
like a trampoline. Like if you give me a trampoline, I don't know that I'm getting 12 feet in the air.
I don't get 12 feet in the air. I get maybe 40 inches on a good day.
Yeah.
Off a trampoline?
Yeah,
Okay. I was
on
gonna
a
say.
trampoline. No, my real
be clear
vertical's,
here.
my real vertical's like 8.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're lucky. I'm old. It's
Yeah.
my feet don't work properly anymore. It's a tough
She's
time.
only 4'8".
I'm telling you, dude, she's tiny.
She jumped higher than Victor Wembanyama.
Well, yeah. I mean,
What is that?
You don't jump.
5 times
This
12,
doesn't-
60.
This is not helpful because it's just telling me 12
64
feet
is-
like I already saw. I need her actual vertical.
She would have to have a 64-inch vertical to dunk.
it's insane.
But this is the thing though. Her feet were 12 feet off the ground. The goal, for anybody who doesn't comprehend this, the rim is at 10. So she could dunk with her feet. That's it. This is
You think she could enter the toe wrestling competition?
Definitely the toe wrestling competition.
She got some strong feet.
just put Simone Biles in the dunk contest. You know what? She doesn't have to be in the contest. Just in between, we're definitely in a position where the dunk contest needs saving, and I think this is how we do it.
I mean, it's already got outsiders in it, right?
It's got a G
like
League.
G League,
It's not
dude.
technically an outsider.
Talk about vertical.
That's a whole nother topic. For years, you remember for a minute, like those, like the street ball dunkers they had a nice little moment. I wanted them in the dunk, like put the best one of them in a dunk contest. This was before the NBA dunk contest like died.
Yeah.
I think this was like the Blake Griffin, the Dwight Howard time frame where it was still fun to watch. I was like, we should put one of those guys in and let's just have fun. 1v1, whatever.
That's what it should be.
It should.
They
Like
need a 1v1 just get like one-on-one tournament.
when the dude tried to dunk in Tim's, whenever that was, I was like, this is it. The dunk contest is dead.
Yeah.
When your prop is I'm gonna dunk in Tim's, like nah, this is
Well, they had that one guy, he dunked and recreated the Vince Carter, like arm in the rim, and he missed it like twice. And then like the third time he finally got it. And then he like opened a piece of paper that said like 50. I'm like, no.
that's also
You don't get that after a third attempt.
that's also the other thing is these guys are so athletic now that the dunks that Vince Carter did that we can say are like the best, potentially the best dunk contest of all time. Like all of them can do them now.
Right.
So it's like, what do you do? But yeah, whole nother topic. But this is how we say the dunk contest. Put Simone Biles in it.
I agree. That sounds phenomenal.
Any naysayers? For that, there's probably a handful of the gymnasts out there that can also get pretty high up that aren't 5'8".
Oh, yeah.
So
I'd be willing to bet. I love it.
your topic.
Oh, it's my topic. It's my turn. My turn. I wasn't ready. I'll just go off the dome. All right. Do you think kids these days, or even adults these days, could handle a MySpace top 8?
Do you mean like the person, if I'm a kid, can I handle creating one or can I handle being left out of one?
Both. We can take it from both sides here.
I think they could handle creating one. I don't think some would be able to handle being left out of one.
I wonder this. I came across something the other day and I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't know if kids know how like hurtful some of these things were that happened back in the day. The way people would go about crafting their top eights and purposely leaving people out sometimes, wars were fought. Okay. I remember people creating groups on MySpace that was like team this person and team this person because all of a sudden they were beefing and they were out of each other's top eights. Listen, you want to go back to a time where everybody was just always sipping tea and seeing what was going on social media. That was the golden age.
Did you ever? So for me, I always had like a close cousin or something, or like my uncles or something, family members I was really close with were like my top three, like always.
Yeah.
And then like my real top whatever started at 4. You know what I'm trying? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was exactly how it was, but you know what I'm trying to say. Did you ever date somebody and they got upset? Like you're saying lame, so I'm assuming you didn't even do that. Like your number one was probably a friend or whatever. If you're saying what I'm saying is lame.
My family wasn't on MySpace. I'll be honest with you.
Oh. Well, I'm saying cousins that were like a few years older than me.
Yeah.
Not like I don't know, whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
did you ever get in like a argument with someone you were dating because they weren't number one on your top friends?
Nah.
No.
I didn't actually have people I was dating as my number one. I didn't care. It was always my best friend, and then whoever I was dating, if I was dating them, and then
They'll always be number 2.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I feel like I always had whatever I said, but my best friends were always like my number one. Especially when MySpace was around. It was high school where I was always like, yeah, my friends are always number one. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, no matter who I'm dating, my friends, number one.
Yeah.
I think to kind of go on both sides, I think people could easily make a top 8, but I think people would just get so hurt over not being in a top 8. I mean, you get notifications now of so-and-so unfollowed somebody, so-and-so didn't get your friend request.
I'm just imagining like you're in somebody's top 8 and you're just chilling on your couch and you get the notification. Steve has removed you from his top 8.
Hey, man, what the hell?
Fuck, Steve.
We were just hanging out last Friday.
You gotta call Steve. You gotta text Steve. What the fuck, man? What happened?
Did I do something, man? What's going on?
I was number 4. How the shit did I drop 7 spots?
It's like the weekly power rankings. Like you just click their profile. You're like, damn, I was 4 last week. Now I'm 7.
I want it updated where it's like the like the NCAA basketball tournament where you got a first 4 in, a first 4 out. We're like, you're the first 4 out. If you maybe buy me lunch, we might be able to see what's happening with number 8.
Number 8 guy's on the bubble. Okay. What time? I don't know.
I miss MySpace often.
Yeah, I just miss telling people how I felt through my music.
It was just
It's like, hey, I'm emotional, just like all of you.
It was
Here's
just
my music.
MySpace allowed you to just like show more of who you were than any like social media right now. From the backgrounds to all the themes, your music, your top 8, see who you're friends with. Like, I don't know. It just felt more. You could express yourself more on MySpace, and I enjoyed it. As a fan of just creativity, I like that. Everybody's Twitter looks the same. Everybody's Instagram looks the same. It's not fun.
I agree.
It's just not fun.
Duly noted.
The world, we're taking creativity away from the world.
We are. I mean,
from social medias, from Super Bowl logos.
God, I'm glad you said it. You know what I'm mad about this week and for the last
what are you
10
mad
years,
about?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Clear the lane. Clear the lane.
No, that.
What are you mad
right
at?
there? When you said we're taking creativity out of
bums.
everything, it was literally the Super Bowl logo was the first thing that came to my mind because I remembered when they went to this like, "Hi, I'm normal" version of the damn Super Bowl logo. And I'm like, this is awful. What happened to the cool logos with the host cities where it's like, guess what? It's in New Orleans, so it's Fleur de Lis, or it's in, Los Angeles, so it's drugs. Like, I don't know.
I saw something the other day. I forget what it was, but I was watching something that happens every year. And like for like a 3 or 4 year span, it was the same logo. Like it might have been the All-Star game, the MLB All-Star game.
Yeah.
But it was Apple. It was like their iOS logos, and from like it was like 7 to 11 or something like that. It was just the same exact thing, but the number changed.
Yeah.
But then they like went back to being creative. I was like, somebody didn't fall for the trap, because I feel like everything happened around the same time. All these things became the same logos,
Yeah.
and then Apple was like, no, we need to be creative. Shout out to like WWE because they didn't fall for that trap. They always do good with like the WrestleMania logos.
Yeah.
I think if I'm off the top of my head, it feels like they always get creative with the logos.
Yeah.
That used to be so fun, man. Looking forward to when you would get a Super Bowl and you're like, oh, what is our logo going to look like? Now you're like, what color are the numbers going to, or the letters going to be?
I was going to say, now they just changed the colors of certain things.
At least with ours this year, they did the thing where somebody designed it, but it was still like, it's got to be the letters. You get to pick the design of the letters.
So dumb.
Well, that's how long it's been going on too. It's like just the letters and the colors that it's been the same way for so long. People are having conspiracy theories like if it's this color and this color, it's like if they just did like fun logos in relation to the city, you wouldn't have like
it was when they hit like one of the milestone ones.
Yeah.
And they just never went back.
Wasn't it like 50 or like 45 or something like that?
It might have been 50.
Because I know 44 had its own little
I think it was
blue. I seen it. All right.
Yeah, I think it was 50, and it just what? It might have been 45 because I feel like I've always said we had the last cool logo.
Yeah,
that's upsetting. Bring back. It's weird though because like we've talked. I do like minimalist stuff.
I do too, but you can also be creative and minimalist at the same time.
Yeah. Bring back creativity. Allow people to be free and creative. Elon. Sorry.
Wow. Jeez. I didn't know we were bringing Elon Musk into this. All right.
Listen, the Cybertruck is like the definition of not creative.
Well, this is actually a perfect segue to my second question.
There we go.
Let's do it.
My second topic. So I talked about AI. I saw a video of
the truth
of an hour long Tesla autopilot. He was in California. He went from one location and did an hour through traffic and the interstate all the way to his next destination. He didn't even have to touch the steering wheel, have to do anything. So it just made me question, are we comfortable at this point with a car that is an autopilot? Would we have to wait, 10 years of cars doing that consistently and safely that would feel comfortable? Like where are you at as far as like the automatic cars and driving themselves? Are you guys feel like you're comfortable right now or?
No.
No.
So a couple of reasons. There was a video that came out the other day where a police officer pulled over, I forget what car it was, but it's like literally like a driverless car.
Oh, yeah.
And he had pulled him over because it was going the wrong way in traffic, against traffic for a little while. And something had happened. There was construction in the road or something. And that's what made the car veer off. And I'm like, you can't like all of a sudden do away with construction. So things like that are going to continue to be a problem. And then I watched a movie the other night. Leave the World Behind, which, by the way, what a weird movie. You want to know what I'm mad about? The ending of that movie. Huh? Terrible ending, but it is kind of comedic. I'll be honest. I laughed at the end of it, and then I was like, what a dumb movie. Anyways, in that movie, spoiler, or not, because it sucks, don't watch it. There's like a cyber attack or something, because they never tell you, because it just ends. Where like everything's kind of taken over and hacked, and like all these Teslas from a car lot just like are driving and like plowing into each other, and like you can't even get on the roads. So yeah, that too. Like there's just weird stuff. Just Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
I thought I saw recently like New Orleans has the automatic taxis now. Some very few like Ubers, the driving Uber.
That's the one that actually I can't remember the name of the company, but it's like it was an automatic, like a driverless taxi.
I would say if all cars were that way, my answer would be yes, because accidents happen usually because of human error. So if you take human error out of it, it's going to be a lot safer. You'll probably still have some incidents, like you're saying, but I feel like with computers, you're going to have less of those incidents than you would human error incidents. You might have a few where construction causes somebody to crash, but every day we're having human error incidents. I think if all cars were automatic, you would have a lot less, because at that point they're all probably communicating with each other. If we've reached the point of driving cars,
I think you should require a human to still sit in the driver's seat and be able to take over in a situation that may be an emergency.
Yeah.
If for some reason a car decides, you know what, this isn't a cliff, a road keeps going this way.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to take over the car.
Yeah, that's fair. But you have to I feel like you'd have to make it, if we're trying to let them do their thing, You have to make it clear, like only in a clear emergency. Because if he thinks it's gonna ram into the back of this car, but it's not, but he deems it's gonna and fucks up the rest of the automatic cars, then human error. So there's a fine line there. I think we're way far off. We may not see that in our lifetime.
That's fair. Yeah.
Fully autonomous driving. Like people don't even want to adopt electric charging or electric cars, much less driving cars. So I don't think we'll ever see it.
I think it'd be beneficial. I think I would only trust it maybe on like long road trips where you exit and it's like 245 miles on one road and you're like, okay. And like a convenience factor, like you could just be doing whatever, but then at the same time, like you said, I'd just be like, all right, there's a car coming. I don't know if I could get to that point where I would be like, all right, I can keep my eyes off of the road for 2 minutes at a time without just wanting to like look up and just make sure.
Yeah, it'd freak me out.
Yeah. If I will say, if I had the option to take one of those driverless Ubers one time, I would do it. Like I absolutely would do it. New Orleans might not be the best city to try it because of construction and things like that, but I would definitely try it. But I'm, I don't know. I'm more willing to take a risk with the technology. I guess.
I'd be interested to see like the legality of all of it. Like if it's an autonomous driver and someone gets into a wreck, or is there something that you're responsible for, or like what kind of the loopholes behind it?
I'm so curious about that. This car that got pulled over, I'm like, who gets the ticket?
Right.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's like, hey, I wasn't driving.
Yeah. Now you're getting in the weeds. What are the laws going to be? The law is going to have to be you're responsible for your car.
Yeah.
This Tesla hit this other Tesla, but no one was driving. Who's that?
The law is going to have to be you're responsible for your car. If you want to take it up with Tesla, you take it up with Tesla.
Have you heard the conspiracies about Tesla? How they they see that one of their cars crashes, they instantly have a wrecker go get it and like try and hide that it was.
Would that surprise you? That would not surprise me at all.
No.
Not with the person that runs that company.
No.
Into the underground of crash Tesla.
Listen, Elon Musk is entertaining AF. That's right. I said AF.
But it's not the good kind of entertaining.
I mean, is entertaining not entertaining? Are you not entertained?
No, I don't know, man.
Donald Trump is also entertaining. Yeah. There are entertaining people in this world that suck. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's right. I said Donald Trump sucks. Sorry. So does Joe Biden if it makes you feel better. Yeah. Took a shower with his daughter. That's weird.
Moving on. Next topic.
Next debate in September.
All right.
We'll have more thoughts then.
All right. So we all enjoy a good karaoke session. Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. Jacob, you enjoy a good karaoke. Okay. What are the keys to the perfect karaoke song?
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll jump in.
Sure.
Well, first of all, it's got to be catchy. It's got to be a song that the crowd knows. And second of all, the person giving the song, they can't be a terrible singer, but they have to be willing to put on a really good show and not care if people judge them.
Yeah, I don't think the level of the skill level of singing matters at all. But if you can't sing, you have to be able. You got to be energetic.
You got to know your limits, I think, is the problem. Some people get up there. Yeah, we were at karaoke the other night. Some people get up there and they're
perfectly. What if you're the
like,
daughter of the owner?
That's not even what I'm talking about.
But see, the slow
bad.
song. If you're just doing like an upbeat song, and there's like one final note at the end that's like high, and you got to carry it. If you can't do it, I think it's okay as long as you're putting on. You have to.
Yeah. That's the point where you've built up enough energy with the crowd where you stick the mic out and you just let people sing. Because you're like, I'm not making myself look like a fool. You guys get to look like fools.
Right. Yeah, you can't get up there and try to sing like a. I don't know, like
Dream On, Aerosmith.
You got to know your limits.
No, that might be okay. I think
you could do Dream On,
but like you can't get up there and do like a Whitney Houston song that's just like requires good vocals. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm trying to think. Like you could do Journey. Like Don't Stop Believing, and I think at the end or something, there's one that you got to hold. But if you can, like you're saying, carry the performance through the entire thing,
just carry it.
Yeah, if you can't do like a closing note, it's okay.
So sometimes it's even like the TV show. Like if you just lip sing it, nobody knows. I mean, they know, but like if the crowd's into it and you're putting on a show, nobody cares.
Yeah, I think the energy of the singer is probably the song choice is definitely number one. Yeah. It's got to be like you're saying, the crowd, because you got to be able to that moment where you can just have the crowd sing is fun. Like when we were out the other night, there was a few times where you could just the guy just went to different people in the crowd and let them sing it. It was
tried
great.
to come to me once, and I was like, no, buddy. Keep it moving.
So song choice certainly number one, but energy level of the singer, like you can't try to karaoke and not know whether you want to karaoke or not.
Oh yeah, once you commit, you're in.
You have to commit. You
Yeah.
got to commit fully.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like obviously the song choice and it being kind of catchy goes hand in hand, and any kind of audience involvement that you can get, I think, is a big winner.
You got to know your crowd too.
Yep.
You got to know your crowd. You can't get up there singing some like random Mariah Carey and it's a country crowd. They're gonna be like, what the hell is this person doing?
That's one that might be off limits. Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Well,
You
Get them falsettos.
also
when you left, I lost them. I'm just saying, people will get down to some "We Belong Together."
Oh, of course. But I feel like that's one you have to be able to sing a little bit.
Yeah, you probably do. I butchered it just now. So.
Sweet Caroline. I mean,
That's always that's a crowd pleaser right
Good-
there.
good audience involvement.
Maybe we can give our top karaoke songs.
One day. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready.
A key is also your favorite songs might not be the best karaoke songs.
Also true.
Because there's a few songs where I'm like good. What was the one I was telling you the other night, and then they ended up playing it?
Pretty Girl Rock.
No, well they did play
They
that.
did play that.
That also not the best karaoke song.
No, but the crowd went crazy.
Yeah,
They were
good
into it.
But I don't think they did it as a karaoke song. It was like an in between song, which great in between song. Damn, I'm forgetting the name of it. But there's songs I like that I think people enjoy, but I don't think they're good karaoke songs because they're still kind of like in the weeds a little bit.
Yeah. One other tip for those out there doing karaoke: if somebody just sang a song, don't go sing it again. You lost the crowd. If I have to hear "Man, I Feel," listen, I love me Shania. Okay, I don't want to hear the same song 6 times throughout the night because y'all heard somebody else sing it, and now you're like, "Oh, I'm going to do better." No, you're not.
Is there a time frame in which it's allowed to be played again?
Maybe an hour, and that's being generous.
So what if the person wasn't there when they heard it originally?
Somebody
and they don't
better
know?
tell them.
Yeah, I feel like that's the responsibility of the DJ,
The host. Hey, we
Yeah.
just had that song. Pick another one.
Yeah, like, come back in a half hour.
Yeah.
You know, when maybe the crowds are filled. It also depends on where you're at. Like where we were at, pretty much the same crowd all night. If you're doing it at like Cats, you're getting people in and out of there. You probably could play the same song every 5th song and like it'd not be a problem. Like, but yeah, no, that's a good one. Any other karaoke tips?
You guys kind of pointed out all the good ones. I think just the energy of who's singing, it being catchy. Really, that's the 2 biggest important things because you can have a catchy song, but if you have someone up there just doing absolutely nothing to give it what it deserves, you're just like, you're not even paying attention.
Yeah.
You
Those
just
are the
got
best. Someone's up there drunk and they're just into it and they're giving the crowd. And then like Cats will have the props and they can get into the
Yeah.
props. And
That's true. I've said this before. I wish City Walk and Universal hadn't closed because they had the live band, and that almost feels impossible to have a bad karaoke performance.
Yeah.
feel
If,
like-
if you don't know the words, just turn around and jam out air guitar with the band.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why you have to pick the song everybody knows. Because if you don't know the words, you could. Oh, somebody did Shaggy. That was a mistake. Because that dude, that was the worst karaoke performance I've ever seen.
you know what?
I know you think he did it on purpose.
was it the OG
I thought he did it on
Shaggy
purpose, but also like,
But it wasn't me. Is what he did.
here's the thing with that. I don't understand why he tried to read word for word.
Yeah.
You know how it sounds.
You know
you
what
could
to
go.
That's the-
you
yeah.
don't have to.
Exactly. You when you choose to do that song or really any Shaggy song, you get up there and you just make a Jamaican noise.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you know the
Oh, that's what it was. It was like the actual
Yeah.
verses. Like you could have just.
nobody knows that word for word. Just get up there, and if you do know it word for word, do it by all means. But you better do it with the accent.
You could literally just do the tune you know and then say one of the words up there, and people are like, "Oh yeah, he said it all." Because like no one knows what the heck you're saying anyway.
and then just turn it to the crowd.
Yeah. All you really have to do is the "it wasn't me" part, and you pass.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Like nobody's expected. He literally got up and dude, he wasn't trying to sing it. He was just.
See, but
he
that's-
was,
that-
he
now
was
it's all-
reading it.
Oh my god.
Now that, y'all
terrible.
said that, I feel like that is kind of an important part of karaoke. If you're going to go up there, I feel like you have to have somewhat of the rhythm of the song. Because if
Yeah.
You have
the
to
song
know
is
the
up there,
song.
right? And you don't fully know it, and you're trying to just read the lyrics, and it's not matching up. It can be a total vibe killer.
Yeah, don't pick a song just because you know the chorus.
Yeah,
You have to at least
Or know your limits and don't try and sing the other parts of the song.
true. But that's when the crowd knowing the song comes in.
Yeah, that's true.
The Shaggy one's tough because just holding the mic to the crowd to do that part is not going to work. You know, that's not, I don't know. That's a tough one to choose.
Yeah, I agree. This actually transitions somewhat well into a question I had for you guys that I've had on my list for a while. I mentioned Lil Wayne. What is your favorite Lil Wayne song? There's a catalog. I mean, if we're making like noises about like just
I have mine, and I don't think it's like the most popular one.
okay.
Man, I Miss My Dogs.
Wow. Man, I miss my dogs. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you karaoke.
Man, I miss my dogs.
There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's my favorite song. I think just because like I think after Katrina when like I was away from all my friends, for some reason it obviously not the same reasons as Lil Wayne, but for whatever reason that clicked with me and it just became Lil Wayne was my favorite artist at the time, and I guess to an extent he kind of still is.
Yeah.
Favorite rapper, not my favorite artist. Favorite rapper. Different conversations there. We can get into that one day.
Wait, say that again? Because I zoned out.
My point, my overall point was there's a difference between artist and rapper.
Okay. Yeah.
My favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, artist, Mac Miller. See, there's a difference.
Sure, yeah.
Anyway.
I thought you were going to come out with like a painter or something.
No. Van Gogh. But at that point, Lil Wayne was my favorite. And I don't know. I think that song just connected with me. And it's always been my favorite.
Okay. I like that.
I always connected with, I know it's like not really cop out. It's not my answer, but No Ceilings always like when it came out, I was just like every song. Yeah. It's just
the whole thing.
The whole mixtape. I don't know. I like Mr. Carter with Jay-Z.
Hey, Mr. Carter. I am him. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite. I'll be honest. I have like five. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably go Hustler Music, and it's because I'm a vibey guy. That's a vibey song.
Yeah.
It's like
It's almost in the same vein, like same vibe as Man, I Miss My Dog. It's that like I'll be honest, that's kind of like my favorite Lil Wayne is those kind of songs.
like that one. Shooter with Robin Thicke. I like that one.
I'm about to pull up some.
Yeah. That got me kicked out of a class one time. I was when I was in high school, I was in the tech crew. Nerd. But what that meant was I had a portable that I could go hang out in whenever I wanted. And I was in there and I had the brand new, I was also the CD supplier, the mixtape supplier in the school. So
Snack supplier and the CD supplier.
I did both. I was hustling. That's why Hustler Music was my favorite Lil Wayne song. Anyways, I was in the portable and I had it on my computer and I had it turned up with I had the little subwoofer with my computer back in the day. And people complained from other classes, they could hear it. So the person who ran the Miss Murphy, who ran the tech crew, came out. She was like, "Get out of here! You need to go to." I got in trouble. I got kicked out of the tech crew.
You don't respect the classic.
There's so many.
So many Wayne songs.
And
I'm
the catalog is
what's funny
nuts,
is
dude.
none of us mentioned mixtape songs.
Yeah.
And some of those.
He said No Ceilings.
Well, yeah, that's true. He
Although
said
you
an
just said the entire album.
I didn't count
Wasted.
that, I'll be honest.
Yeah, the nuts. It's the greatest rapper of all time. I don't care. Debate whoever you want to debate.
I mean,
what is the best Wayne album?
oh man, do mixtapes count? Because he had so many good mixtapes that might be better than his albums. I go to Carter 2 if I just off the top of my head.
I feel like it's 2 and 3 like the big debates.
I'm with you. I always say 2, but 3 I think
3's good.
3 I think like not universally, but like outside of our area, our bubble. I think 3 is the one people say.
Yeah,
because I think that's when he became huge.
Which Fireman was on 2, right?
2, yeah.
So to your point, the whole Katrina thing for me, I listened to that came out right before Katrina, I think, and then he had a couple of mixtapes after. But anyways, I listened to that album when we evacuated, while we were out, when I was going to high school in friggin' Texas. Like I literally would walk past other people and hear them listen to Wayne, and I'd be like, "Oh, you from New Orleans?" And we'd become friends, or Soulja Slim. But that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, I think 3 was like the commercial success. album, which still usually it's weird because usually you get like an artist that has like a commercial one, a really big commercial album, and like real fans like don't really like it that much. But he's a rare one where it's like 3 is like if somebody told me 3 was their favorite or 3 was the best,
That's fine.
I don't really push back on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue.
But for me, it goes like 2, 3, 1.
Yeah,
are usually my top 3. For
that's
me.
fair.
Yeah, I think I agree. I kind of miss those days too. Just kind of in the same vein about mixtapes. I feel like
Oh man, mixtapes down.
you just like
Shout
get
out
up a
Dat-
Friday or something like that. You go on Dat Piff or you
Shout
go
out
on
Dat
whatever,
Piff.
and
You know, Dat Piff's dead.
I know. Isn't
It
it?
officially died like a year ago.
R.I.P.
It's gone.
You used to
I
have
had
it on your phone.
I had it on my phone a year
Yeah.
ago. I used to randomly pull up Wayne mixtapes until I realized I could just do YouTube music.
Just back in the mixtape time.
all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we were in high school, Wiz and all his mixtapes were coming out. Tyga had his big run of mixtapes.
Tyga.
Waka
I
had his
had
big.
I had a Tyga moment.
Tyga had his moment. Tyga took over
Sounds
for.
weird.
I had like a Last King sticker on my Jeep and everything. Shout out Tyga.
Yeah, Tyga had a little run for a little bit.
Yeah, man. Not even, you know what? Outside of like mixtapes, I miss when albums used to leak. You remember those moments?
Yeah, you'd get them early, get them a little early. I'm telling you.
The last album I remember leaking was J. Cole. It was Forest Hills Drive. I was in college still, and like you'd find it, like you'd find the link, and you would just text everybody you know. J. Cole leaked, Lil Wayne leaked, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
What was
Going,
mine was,
no, I was gonna say going back to when I was selling CDs in high school, I got a hand on the Black album, Jay-Z.
That's so
And-
funny. My first, outside of like albums I bought, my first album I ever owned, whether it's bought or burned, the Black album was my first album.
Phenomenal album. And listen, I made some money off that thing because it dropped a little early, and they were like, "Yo, you got it?" And I was like, "I sure do."
Yeah.
That'll be $5.
That and that was my introduction to Jay-Z. Was this guy in elementary school giving me the Black album?
Wow.
And for some reason, that memory, it's so funny. I remember everything about the moment I got it.
Choked on my own spit when I heard that.
I was walking to the gym, like not like the gym. I was in elementary school, like the basketball gym for PE, and this dude just gave me the Black album.
Good for him.
That's so crazy. It's so for some reason.
like a drug dealer putting you
Well,
on.
it's like think of all the like big
I'm gonna
moments.
catch you later. You
Think
go
of
on
all
there.
the big moments in your life that you remember exactly, like every detail about. It's weird that that's the one that I remember.
I remember burning it in the band room to sell. I was in the band and I was a freshman in high school while you were in elementary school. And I was burning CDs.
If it makes you feel any better, I think it was like 5th grade. So I was almost out of elementary school.
The most recent one I remember leaking was because good old Kanye likes to say he has albums coming out and they don't come out.
Yeah.
It was Life of Pablo.
That
That was like the
one.
big one. It was like I think we were actually in Florida and I was like, hey, it
We were in Florida. I
It
remember
leaked.
that.
It leaked.
Yeah.
Kanye's album.
Yeah.
He's like, is this the real version?
Super random question about is this a real version, all that stuff. Did I Can't Feel My Face ever come out? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. It was like the clear cover and it had like the silver.
It was supposed to be Wayne and Joel Santana.
Yeah.
And they talked about it on every mixtape forever. And I was like, when's this thing dropping? I would always look for it and I never
I
found
think
it.
that is one of those ones that if you look for it, it's there. But I don't know that it ever came out. You know what?
Or
I feel
if
like
it's
I
even like
gave
an
up.
official version.
I
Probably
might
like
have.
fan
I've heard
made.
it. I've definitely heard it. But I don't know.
I feel like the songs that may have been on it probably got released on all these other mixtapes.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
update. Dat Piff not dead.
it's not that. What?
No. Well, I don't know. This website's weird. It doesn't seem like it's what it used to be.
Next thing you know, his phone's bricked. Dat Piff indeed dead, and so is my phone.
All I know is the app I had when I could like stream music
was
from
the
it
best.
is gone.
I miss it's so funny because like I'm saying I miss burning CDs, which I don't even have a CD player anymore. Like I have no. I mean, I guess I'm assuming a PlayStation can play a CD.
There was
but I
nothing
don't
like
know.
burning an MP3 CD and popping it in the Alpine and having like 200 and something songs on that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. But like
Write
but
the
it's
songs on the CD.
it's just funny because like you
200 of them. No, when I started burning MP, because that was the transition, right? Like at first it was like, oh, you can only burn 16, and then eventually you could burn MP3 CDs, and it would be like 200 songs. It was like I'm not writing every song.
Get the black zipper case and you flap through all the different CDs. Like, which one I want to listen to today?
I still have mine, like my case of CDs. I don't even know what's in it. I have to go through it. fun. But it's funny to say like you miss burning CDs because making a playlist is essentially the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the same feeling.
I don't even make playlists anymore. I'm
do.
so lazy these days. I'm just like,
Half the
Alexa,
time you can-
play blah blah blah.
You can look up a playlist, be like barbecue cookout playlist, and then those 400 playlists that you can kind of cycle.
You know what they don't have? 4th of July America playlists.
July.
I mean, they do, but they suck. It's like Yankee Doodle went to town. That's not even the tune. That's just,
some Toby Keith in there.
oh, Toby
Put a
Keith.
foot up in your
Live
Big
mixtape
rip.
update. Livemixtapes.com has a link to
Did you find some random website?
This says my face can't be felt.
I'm gonna. Why don't you?
That doesn't feel like
Are
it.
you just going to random websites?
No, I googled it
Oh.
and I just went down a rabbit hole. There are 25 songs.
Okay, my face can't be felt.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
It feels like
That might be the name because they did have a song. I can't feel my face. Maybe the mixtape was my
They
face. Can't
literally would scream, "I can't feel my face" in the
Yeah,
background of
listen.
every mixtape song they put out.
I don't know, man. Something exists, whether it's real or not. I don't know. You want me to listen to it on the way home and let you know?
I wonder why they couldn't feel their face.
Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
drug related.
Yeah. We're at an hour almost. You want?
Was that partially from
Oh, that's
the
right. You're
20
right.
minutes
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah,
cried like
yeah.
a baby?
It is. Okay, so we got plenty of time.
Okay.
We're doing topic roulette here. I only have one left. Do you have others?
I just had one. It's kind of like, I guess, I don't know if it'll be interesting to talk about or not, but just the feeling of deja vu. And is it something that you guys kind of believe in, or you guys just think it's more of a coincidence thing? And I'll tell you why. So I used to have this weird notion that deja vu, which I still do, that I think it's a legit thing. So if I woke up, I had a dream and I could remember the dream. If it was 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd wake up. If I had the dream, I'd immediately open my phone, go to my notes, and I would type up whatever I could remember from that dream. That way, if something happened 8 months from then, I'd be like, oh, this happened this is a deja vu, and it happened in my notes. But I got bored after like a month. And
I'm
then
on board with what he's about to say.
Are you telling me in your phone right now there's a note app full of your dreams? Because if so, scratch all other topics. That
wish-
is what I
I
want to know.
don't
Is
have
that
it.
what you were?
I don't have it anymore.
Oh,
unfortunately.
of course,
I know.
convenient. Because listen, I don't know what you wanted to talk about the rest of the night, but that's what we were about.
I wish
I was going to let him just tell us his dream.
I wish I still had it.
Man.
At what age did you stop doing this?
This was like probably 6 years ago. So pretty like
Yeah.
older than most people would probably start doing that.
That's impressive. I'm going to give you credit here.
But
This
the reason
is
I
nice.
stopped, the reason I stopped is because stuff wasn't happening. I'm like, okay. And then of course something would happen. I'm like, I feel like I had a dream about this.
So what's the question?
Just do you guys
Do you believe
believe
in
in
deja
deja
vu?
vus?
That's such a weird. Like, do I believe in it? Like,
believe
I
it's happened
certainly feel
before?
like things have happened that I've seen before.
Well, what's happening is the Matrix is breaking down, right?
Yeah.
Like if
Right,
you're
right.
If you want to have this discussion, I don't know. I don't know if you're ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly feel like I've had deja vu. That's a weird question. Do I believe in it? Like,
Yeah, I believe
Like-
in it the same way I believe in aliens. Actually, that's not true. I believe in aliens.
I'm like the question though. It's a weird question to ask. Like, are you asking me if I believe that I've had the feeling that I've seen something before? Because the answer is yes. I think that. I mean, if you say no, I feel like you're lying. I feel like it's happened to everybody.
Oh, I've had deja vu. If that's the question. we're
Yeah,
getting
whether
at now.
you're asking me if like I actually had it as a dream and saw the future, I guess my answer is no. Like I don't.
I guess that's kind of it because it's like, I mean, obviously you could say like, oh, it's not. Yeah, maybe I had a dream, but it just happened. But I feel like maybe like there's a small party that's like, I've predicted this.
Yeah, well, there are certain like, and when it happens,
I have predicted this exact moment 8 months ago in a dream.
I think you just want the power of thinking that you
Yeah,
predict the future.
the problem is when it happens, you're like
It's close though.
the problem is when it happens, and you realize it's happening, you like stop doing everything because you're like, all right, how long am I going to remember? Like, how much of this is familiar? And that's when it fucks up. If you just kind of keep going with the moment, maybe you just
Well, you know what? I'll do this for a month.
please.
I'll put in my notes my dreams.
How often are you dreaming?
I don't think get enough sleep to dream.
I actually got a dream last night for the first time. I think it depends on like how much I get of sleep.
Yeah.
I feel like the longer I sleep, obviously, the more I have the capability to dream.
I don't dream very often anymore.
I don't get enough deep sleep to dream. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem too.
Yeah.
But I fell asleep at like 10 o'clock last night, so I slept a good 8-ish hours.
Good for you. I was asleep by 9:30 last night. What a beautiful feeling. I can't tell you the last time I
On
didn't
the
see
4th.
it. Yeah.
On the 4th.
With no alcohol consumed. I can't tell you the last time I didn't see 11 o'clock
What a
at
fun
night.
4th of July.
Yeah. Fireworks don't bother you.
Yeah. There are people shooting fireworks tonight in my neighborhood. Like, it sounded like bombs are going off at 9:30, 10 o'clock the day after the 4th of July. I don't want to sound like the old man here.
Great. I was going to ask that question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't
Continue.
want to sound like the old man, but the 4th of July is a holiday where we cut it off at the 4th of July. You don't start shooting fire. I'll even give you the couple days before if you want. That's fine. Do what you got to do. But when the 4th of July ends, we stop fireworks. That is the rule here. Like, stop.
Yeah, but you get them 50% off.
I
the
don't
next
give a
day.
shit. Stop scaring the shit out of my dogs at 10 o'clock at night. My dog is shaking in her furry little boots. Stop it.
What time on the 4th of July should people stop
I'll
shooting
give you the
fireworks?
whole night. I'll give you till midnight. I don't care.
Okay.
You know what?
That's fair.
I will even give you till you go to sleep. If you're up till 2 a.m. on the 4th of July,
How do
By
you
all means.
feel about people popping fireworks when teams score touchdowns?
that's fine. You know, it's not even like, I don't care if you do it on a random Tuesday in March. As long as it's during the day, like it is what it is. The problem is it's 10 o'clock at night. This is definitely like since I've become a parent, because it's like my kids are asleep. Don't wake my kids up. It was a process to get them to sleep. You wake them up, I'll fight you in the street. Number two, my dogs are scared to death. Stop scaring my damn dogs. And they'll probably be scared during the day, but also like it's 10 o'clock. My dogs are trying to chill out for the night. Don't all of a sudden scare them and make them bark and then wake my kids up. This really just boils down to, if you wake my kids up, I will fight you in the street.
So what are you mad about today?
Stop shooting fucking fireworks at 10 o'clock on non-holidays.
So it seems like you guys were mad about something. So
Yeah. I don't.
Dave's mad about his
Come on, man.
fireworks.
And I don't like the New Year's Eve, also like a different story. Like I give you New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and a few days before New Year's Eve. You almost have the entire week for me. I'm giving you some leeway for New Year's. It's a big deal. You made it a whole year. Great. Celebrate it.
It's not as big of a deal as like we're independent.
I don't give a shit about the 4th of July.
Okay,
Just
but we
don't.
beat some people because of some tea. All right, like it's
Great. Go drink some tea and stop popping fucking fireworks at 10 o'clock at night.
we dump tea. We
Dude,
do
I'm
it
just
because of tea, yeah.
just chilling at my house, and all of a sudden it sounds like the firework went off at my front door. I'm like, the whole house shook. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Surprised your HOA did.
Oh, I guarantee you by tomorrow morning. I guarantee.
No.
I guarantee you by tomorrow morning there will be a post about it. The post tonight was somebody was riding.
Oh my God.
Somebody was riding dirt bikes at 9 o'clock. Which fair. If you're mad about that, fair. I'll give you that. That's it.
I'm gonna recuse myself from HOA conversation.
Yeah.
Are you mad about your HOA?
Oh, I just don't want to talk about HOA.
You're the one that usually brings it up. You like to
know.
ask me.
It's because I think one night I was like, I don't have anything to talk about. Tell
I
me
have
about
no-
your HOA.
I don't
And
really
then
have
I
any
proceeded to be bored for 35 minutes. I was
I
like,
don't really
"Why
have any.
am I doing
Well,
this?"
no, the last time we thought I was Batman.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No, I don't have any HOA complaints right now. Just complaints
Just
about
mad
the
about the
fireworks.
fireworks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like that's a fair complaint.
It is. I mean, I'm an adult, so yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing. There are no kids that live around me. Who is shooting? What 45-year-old adult is shooting fireworks?
There's a ton of them. Probably the same guys that are landing drones in your gutter at 9:30 p.m. at night. Sorry, I love you, Matt. You're a good guy.
You got me worked up. That's it. I don't want to talk about fireworks anymore.
He's fired up.
Yeah.
Fired up. Pop.
We found out what you're mad about this week.
Yeah, I didn't have anything last week, so that made up
Yeah,
for it.
There you go.
What else do we have? We have topics. We still got topics.
I have my segment, but I only have one song.
Oh, Bop. Oh,
But it might
You got
be-
a segment called Bop or Not or Bop or Flop, and you only have one song.
Yeah, I was hoping y'all would be able to come up with other songs.
Okay.
And I only have one song because you brought it up, and I'm hoping it leads to the conversation you didn't want to have.
I think you didn't want to have the conversation. I was fully prepared to have this conversation.
This is a new segment called Bop or Not.
Okay.
Pretty self-explanatory, but for those of you who need an explanation, we're going to name a song, and I want to know if you think it's a bop or it's not. Do we understand the rules?
Pretty
No.
self-explanatory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
A bar song by Shabuzi.
What bar song? Oh, a bar song by Shabuzi.
Bop or not?
I mean, it's 100% a bop.
I agree. I'm Bob for sure.
Okay. Do we have any that you think might be on the line? Espresso?
Espresso's a bop.
We know your
Yeah,
answer.
you already know my answer.
I'm trying to think of one that's on the edge here.
Yeah. I have a question, and I know the answer, and this is what you were trying to get at, so I'm just going to ask it. And I want to preface this before, just because it feels icky asking the question, but this is a race conversation. I'll be honest with you. Anybody who's not prepared to have that conversation, tune out. Or if you want to have the conversation with me, I'm all ears. I love having open conversation, open dialogue. We have there's a lot of accusations of culture vultures, right? Rightfully so. I'll agree with them 99% of the time. Whether it's people stealing, Asian culture, Hispanic culture, African American culture, whatever it is. And this song, Shabuzi's, what's it called?
The bar song.
The bar song. Yeah. A bar song. Like, is it like culture vulturing if you're stealing honky tonk traditional, like white music or white? Is that white culture? And if not, what the heck is white culture? Is my next question. Because I read up on it. I really did because I was curious. And like, there's a lot of African American lineage and heritage that do go into country music. So I'm like, okay, like maybe it's not. But what the hell is our culture is probably my question that I need to ask. Like, I don't.
Do we have a culture?
Help me out.
I don't think we have a culture. I think our culture is just stealing from other cultures.
Yeah, that hurts.
But it's is that a lie?
Probably not. I mean, no. Like if you go through history,
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird conversation because if the basis is country music, like is he stealing country music?
Well, he's not stealing country music.
I don't think that's to me. The country music I grew up with and I enjoyed, that's not country music. I know you feel the same way. Mm-hmm. We've had this conversation.
Well, no,
before.
it's not. That's
not to say it's not a good song. It is modern country.
It is definitely modern country.
We all just agreed it's a bop.
It is a bop. It's a phenomenal song. I love it. And I love that he brought Jaquan on stage at the BET Awards and paid homage to the song that really was the song.
That's the other question. That's the other part of this. That song specifically, it's more stealing that song than a country song.
Yeah, I think what I'm asking is like the way the music video and all that, the way he presents everything is very like honky tonk, like Western or I don't know, country dive bar-ish, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. And I'm like, is that white culture? Is that like, I don't know. I'm genuinely asking this question. It's not like an attack on anything. I want to know.
I think you're probably feeling like that just because the genre itself is so. I think we talked about it before in a group text. It was like out of all the genres of music, like that would be the one that you would think, could possibly be predominantly, white growing up. And so you kind of left to that question. If it was like any other kind of genre of music, you'd be like, oh, I can see where this is coming from. But it's just, I feel like all the other genres of music, you've kind of seen a lot of ethnicities, even like hip hop, kind of started late, but, white people have started to become rappers in country. It's getting in this last like almost 5 years where it seems like African American and different cultures are really starting to get into that.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. And also phenomenal at it.
Yeah.
That was going to be my point is there's a lot of African American artists, like country artists now, and all of them are good.
Yeah.
And all of it is better than 85% of what it's not the same repetitive stuff that is modern country. They're all better at it.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of roots, first of all. I mean, now this is going down a rabbit hole, which I guess I brought it up. There's a ton of roots of, African-American culture in country music, if you look back. I mean, but it's just like, I guess the question that I got to that I mentioned already is just like, what do I have? What am I allowed to build myself on?
I get
Opera, maybe.
That's what I was gonna say that, which is boring.
I think like I don't know.
Lame.
Like Eric, like he was kind of saying, like if we had any kind of culture that is white culture, it's got to be country music. Yeah. Man, maybe it's not. From if you go back through history, I don't know. I haven't read up on it. But if I had to guess, outside of like stealing people's land, this is probably the one thing that we would be most associated with.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe it's just in that phase, like how hip hop, was predominantly African American, and then like you started to see some white people in hip hop. Maybe it's just in that early stage that country music was predominantly white, and now you're starting to see some different ethnicities kind of get into that lane,
which is hilarious. Once again, if we have something, whenever African Americans decided to jump into it, they're instantly better at it than all the current people, which is great because I've there are some country music artists now that I do enjoy, but it's not like from when I was a kid where I enjoyed almost all of them. It's hard for me to find new people now, but now that like they've started to come into it, it's like a new sound, and I'm enjoying it again. So, it's like I don't think he's a culture vulture.
I don't think he is either. It was something that I thought of.
If he is, I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good music is good music.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
I love that we're having this conversation and tiptoeing a fine line. I really wish I had other of my friends on here to have this conversation.
No, I'm not even trying to tiptoe. Like, I don't know. Number one, like, what really is the question here?
Yeah. I think I'm just shedding light. I'm like, I want to put a spotlight on
I feel like I gave you a pretty straightforward answer, as in we don't have a culture. Like I said we steal we stole it. Not we. You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, I don't know who the hell this we is you're talking about, okay? I am Native American and Irish.
Right. Like real deep. What even is white?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
No, I don't feel like we're tiptoeing anything. I just
think it's just being real about what it is. I mean, it's getting a lot more ethnicities into a genre that predominantly was a white, genre of music, and so it's just like all the other genres where you get one ethnicity and then another ethnicity comes in and it just kind of merges into
I think part
a
of
new
the
sound in a sense.
Part of the problem is we don't know where this originated.
Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Is the issue. You don't know whose it is.
Yeah, I think of Hank Williams, but like who's to say there wasn't someone?
I don't even with Hank Williams, okay? I don't even like Hank Williams.
Jim,
he ain't my brother.
He died when it's 29.
All right. Is that it? Did we just
I really don't know how to answer. I mean, to answer the question, is he a culture vulture? No, is my answer.
I think that's just a fun word. I think that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
I don't think that was really the question.
I don't know. I never really understand those. I understand what it is, but for me, it's like, and granted, that's not my culture. Yeah. So if
country music,
no, like African American culture is not my culture.
Oh,
so
clearly.
if a white, like when a white person crosses over and starts making like rap or anything like that, and I enjoy it, in my brain, it's like music is music, like you said. So I'm like, I don't care who's making it. But again, I'm obviously not going to feel like he's stealing anything. You know what I mean? So
I'll tell you,
I'm not in the position to have that conversation.
Okay.
But
I mean, none of us truly are, to be honest.
Yeah. But in the reverse, I also like don't care if he is.
Yeah. I don't care.
If you're making good music, I don't care. There's also a Hispanic country now. Did you know that?
Well, I mean, that makes sense. Have you been to Mexico?
No, but it's great. Like it's so enjoyable. I don't understand half of the shit they're saying, but it's so good. I put it on. My wife's like, "Why are we listening to this?" I'm like, "It sounds good. I don't know what he's saying, but I like it."
I feel like that we're
Bad Bunny.
We're like
half the time I don't know what the hell he's saying, but it's so great.
Babe, have you seen Bad Bunny? He's wearing a cowboy hat.
I don't know what he's saying, but it is so good. It is a bop.
It is a bop.
I feel like that, like a weird confession. I feel like that with K-pop.
K-pop? I never got into K-pop.
I don't know what they're saying, but just like the beat and just kind of how they're saying
it's just like fast.
Yeah. It's just like it's a
see,
like that Red Panda movie.
Feelings. I did see Inside Out too after
having
a conversation.
Great movie.
Can't you see the grandma with the nostalgia?
You remember the time?
Not yet.
Is that it?
That's all my topics.
What did I have? I think I had other stuff.
I don't. The problem is we don't know how long we've been recording it for.
We could probably close it out.
Feels like it's been about. I
got
feel like we
more.
should close it out. Maybe we cut it off. Keep talking. We have a little post game if we want.
Okay.
Or
Well, let's close it out with this.
we go drink.
I want to close it out with this. One more topic, and then we'll close it out because this is something that's recent. Did you see the Antonio Brown conversation on the Pivot?
No, I haven't seen the episode. No.
You haven't seen it? So I only saw one clip. And basically it's like Ryan Clark asks him like, hey, are you broke? And he's like, I'm not broke, or I'm not, are you bankrupt, or you, whatever it is. It's something like, hey, do you not have money?
Yeah.
And he says something like, I'm not broke, I'm broken, or something like that, or I'm fractured. And it's like, and you look at him and he looks like just run down.
Yeah.
He's got Balenciaga on, but he looks like he's been awake for a week and a half. Okay. Who is looking out for this man? I guess is the question. Like at what point?
Kanye.
At what point?
Like, it's not even a joke. I think they are actual friends, and that gives you an idea of who's in his ear.
It was sad. It was genuinely sad. And I know like he's a football player and they don't make as much money as you think, but like it was just so sad.
At one point, arguably, you could have made the argument the greatest receiver to ever step foot on pound for pound,
Yeah.
the greatest football player I've ever seen at one point.
Yeah, and this hurts my soul as being a Steelers
I loved
fan.
him. Dude, I never buy merch of other teams ever. I had an Antonio Brown shirt. Like when I was growing up, I had different team jerseys, different players. But like at that point, I was like a Saints fan and that's it. I had an Antonio Brown shirt. That was like I didn't do that. That's how big of a deal it was for me. Like I loved Antonio Brown.
What was it?
Yeah, it was the same thing for me. Like being a Steelers fan, it hurt really bad because I saw his last game with us versus the Saints where he put up 200 something yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns. I saw him in the hotel like the night before. He was able to sign his Antonio Brown shirt that I was wearing, and it was, like you said, I was just witnessing this, what I thought was easily one of the greatest receivers I've ever watched play, and then just the downfall of like where he is now and the CTE and just the fall off of some of the stuff that he posed, and just like you said, I saw that a while back too. There was rumors of him being bankrupt, and I'm like, just for him to go to where he was and on the path that he was, just to like the hard drop off so fast, it's like, it hurts my soul a little bit.
The bankrupt part, it's like, that's not surprising to me at all. That happens to a lot of athletes, or I mean, you could just say people that come into money, that people that don't have money and come into money. That happens all the time, right? Like that's not a rare thing. Yeah. But the fall off mentally is what is sad, whether it's from football and CT or just, I don't know. It is. I've said Kanye is who is in his ear. It's similar to me to Kanye's fall off, where somebody that was like universally loved by people. Like I think most football fans that weren't like, Ravens fans or something like that loved Antonio Brown.
I think everybody just looked at him as like the crazy uncle. Like,
but he was like he was funny, right? Like if I remember, like he acted like, but he wasn't like this.
Yeah.
I do need to watch that because him and Ryan Clark don't like each other. So that's got to be an interesting episode.
The clip I saw seemed fine. The fact that Ryan Clark very bluntly asked if he was broke.
Well, do you know the history of him and Ryan Clark?
I don't care, but you could say.
Well,
just tell me.
Well, Ryan Clark went to when Antonio Brown was in his early years. Ryan Clark went to the front office and said, if you give this person money, he's going to become a problem. Yeah. So and I guess Antonio Brown found out. So they never liked each other. So it's that's why it's such a big deal for them to sit down and have this conversation. Yeah.
He's in that weird phase too. Like you mentioned Kanye. It's like Kanye says crazy shit like 95% of the time, but then there's like that 5% you're like, oh, he actually kind of says something kind of smart. So like it's weird seeing Antonio Brown stuff. Like he'll post the most wild stuff on Twitter and say the most random stuff. And then you see a clip of him like talking football. Like he's like everything is perfectly fine. You're like, is he? It's like
the big difference between him and Kanye though, when they talk like that, is Kanye's an artist and Kanye can be crazy. Yeah. He still puts out great art.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown ain't playing football anymore.
Well, that was it. Now he's like fully out of football, but when he was still being crazy, but he was playing on his last leg, or not his last leg, because he was still ridiculously good with the Bucks. It's like, we're willing to put up with this because this dude still looks like one of the best.
The reason he's not in the league isn't because he can't play.
Yeah, he absolutely could still go out.
Yeah.
And drop 100 yards on anybody.
I think what was sad for me is looking at him. You can tell the bravado about him. He just wants people to think that he's better than everyone and doing well. Yeah. And it's almost like I'm always someone that sits back and I'm like watching people. I'm very like not judgmental, but I'm trying to see what makes them tick.
Observative.
And I don't think he's having a good time. I'll be honest. He wants you to think he is, but
I get those vibes from like Floyd Mayweather sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you think that prevents? I mean, obviously, AB's numbers kind of put him kind of close to Hall of Fame.
He's not getting in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
He's not.
You think it's numbers, or you think it's just how he is?
No, it's how he is.
He's a little of both. Because his career was kind of cut short too, like his numbers aren't as good as they could have been. Yeah. So they can if you just put him on a sheet and then you think of who he is, it's like,
it's like it's gonna be in like that. I'm assuming it's probably like that Calvin Johnson range of years and things like that. The difference is Calvin Johnson has a clean sheet, and is like universally loved. So that gets him in.
I was gonna say he's like a saint.
Could you imagine a Hall of Fame speech from Antonio Brown?
I don't know how we get through it.
Yeah, it's sad. It is sad because he is somebody I really enjoyed. Like, won me fantasy championships and everything. Like, I loved Antonio Brown.
But I still have his shirt framed, signed.
The problem is, like you mentioned all the crazy stuff he does on Twitter. Like, we can see that and be like people see it and laugh at it. So it just keeps him going through it. You know, he's not going to stop doing it because he sees people positive. All that, if you go in his replies, it's all like encouraging it. Mm-hmm. So all he sees is he thinks he's.
Well, he's encouraging himself. His whole like brand is like CTESPN.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's almost like playing into it in a sense. But it's like
I don't think he makes money off of that though. He doesn't have the. What's sad is it doesn't seem he has the business acumen to actually make that anything. It's just like a fun joke on Twitter.
Yeah,
hardest hitting Madden curse ever. All this it did legitimately happen the year he got on the cover of Madden.
Well, it happened in the playoff game.
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
Destroyed.
Fun fact. Did you know that the year he got frostbite with the Raiders, he was on the Madden cover, and it was the first Madden game to have the frostbite engine?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
It's on the